Assalamu alaikum, sir. I am Mohammad Mehdi Hassan. The name of our group is GS11 Infinity Loop. Today, we are going to present our group project assigned on the topic memory allocation and different type of errors. Now, I would like to give a brief introduction on memory allocation. I think after listening this topic name, the first question on your mind, what is memory allocation? Let's see. Memory allocation is the process of setting aside section of memory in a program to be used to store variable and instance of structure and classes. Type of memory allocation. There are two types of memory allocation, such as static memory allocation and dynamic memory allocation. Static memory allocation. Memory allocated during compile time is called static memory allocation. It should be very clear that the memory allocated during compile time or the time the programmer creating the program is called static memory allocation. The memory allocated is fixed and cannot be increased or decreased during runtime program array. If we run the program, obviously the memory which has been allocated at compile time is fixed and not be increased or decreased. Let's see an example. Here using array command. Here size is fixed. The programmer fixed the size and we cannot increase or decrease this size at runtime. It should be very clear. We have to face some problem in static memory allocation, such as if you are allocating memory for an array during compile time, then you have to fix the size at the time of declaration. Size is fixed and user cannot increase or decrease the size of the array at runtime. If the value is stored by the user in the array at runtime is less than the size specified, then there will be wastage of memory. Yes, here I am telling about array. It could be any object. If the user enter element less than size specified, then obviously there will be wastage of memory. If the variable stored by the user in the array at runtime is more than the size specified, then the program may be cached or misbehaved. Yes, obviously. If the user enter element more than size specified, then obviously here program may be crash or misbehave. Thank you, sir. Uh, the next groupmate Nurauzar Talukdar will come and discuss on his topic.
Assalamu alaikum. Hope you have an amazing day. It's Muhammad Nur Afzal Talukdar. Before going any further, I would like to thank my friend Muhammad Mehdi Hassan for discussing his topic. Now I'm going to discuss my topic. In static memory allocation, there are some problems. So that's why dynamic memory allocation comes to the picture. First of all, we have to understand what is dynamic memory allocation. The process of allocating memory at the time of execution is called dynamic memory allocation. The memory which is allocated is not fixed and can be increased or decreased during runtime. It should be clear. You are allocating a memory. So user has the flexibility. He or she can increase or decrease memory size during runtime according to his or her needs. So then at the time of discussing about the dynamic memory allocation, there will a question arise that where does dynamic memory allocation take place? Here is the answer. Heap is the memory segment where dynamic memory allocation takes place. Here we can see a memory layout with heap. It's low address to high address. Here we can see different segments of memory. First code, then static data, stack, and heap. Heap is the memory segment where dynamic memory allocation takes place. Now I'm going to show you an example of dynamic memory allocation. This is a simple code of dynamic array where taking input and showing outputs. Now, where are the specialty of this code? Yes, you are right. The specialty of this code is line number 4. Here we can see array size of one-dimensional array is not fixed. It's allocatable at runtime. User can allocate by inputting value of m during runtime. So user has the flexibility. We can change array size during runtime. For example, if we input the size of array 5, then we are able to input only 5 value. For example, 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we can show input by write statement. Here the output is 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 by using implied do loop. Thank you. This is for me. Next, my friend Sujan Bapari will discuss this topic.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Before starting my presentation, I'd like to thank my group mates Mr. Noor Afzal and MD Mehdi Hassan. They were talked about types of memory. Now I would like to talking about error in programming. So let's see. Error in programming, an illegal operation performed by the user which results in abnormal working of the program. So next, types of error. So 3 types of error. Number 1, syntax error. These are errors where the compiler finds something wrong with your program and you can't even try to execute it. Number 2, logical error. And number 3, runtime error. So what is syntax? So let's see. A collection of rules for writing programs in a programming language is known as syntax. All program statements are written according to these rules. So syntax error are mistakes in the source code, such as misspelling of an instruction, mnemonic, or failure to declare a label before using it in the program. And syntax error is a type of error that occurs when an invalid statement written in program. The compiler detects syntax error and display error message. A program containing syntax error cannot be compiled successfully. So how the compiler detecting syntax error? Let's see. Compiler detects syntax error at the time of compilation. These errors are easy to locate and remove because compiler specifies the location and type of error. So last of all, we see example a code with syntax error. So here is the code. So let's see where is the problem. So look at this read statement. There should be 2 star in the first bracket but 1 star is missing, and next to his the right statement. Look at this, the right statement. Here a extra comma is used. So this program have 2 syntax error. So if we run this program, the compiler show us 2 error. One is read, one is here, the read statement, and one is after the write statement. So that is a syntax error. Thank you everyone for watching it.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone, I am Arifin Rahman Shubro. Before starting my presentation, I will like to thank my groupmate Sujan Bapari, who previously discussed about a type of error named syntax error. Now I will start my presentation including another type of error named logical error. Next, go to our slide. What is logical error? A type of error that occurs due to poor logic of programmer is called logical error. And also A statement with logical error may produce unexpected and wrong result in the program. How can we detect this logical error? Next, go to our next slide, please. Detecting logical error, we have to careful about logical error are difficult to find because translator cannot detect these errors. The logical error can only be examining the program thoroughly. Therefore, we have to be very careful about this error. Next, go to our next page of slide. Here we can see a program finding the sum of two numbers. Suppose there are two numbers as 6 and 2. Therefore, sum of these two numbers according to this process will be 8. But we can see that output result shows the result is 3. Why? Because we have an error. Where is the error? In the fifth line of this program, we can see that two integers a and b, there must be a sign of addition according to this process. But here it is divide sign. This is error and it's called logical error.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Before starting my presentation, I would like to thank my group mate MD Arvind Shubho, who previously discussed about the type of error named logical error. Now I will start my presentation including runtime error, a type of error that occurs during the execution of program is known as runtime error. It occurs when a statement directs the computer to execute an illegal operation such as dividing by 0. Runtime error normally occurs due to wrong input from user. Detecting runtime error. Computer detects this error at the time of running program. Running program is stopped or crashed and a diagnostic message is displayed on screen causing that error. So now let's talking and see example, a code with runtime error. We find a division of two numbers from the program. We take the basic element of program error, implicit none, stop, and in program error. For division, we take integer mn, real d, and a mathematical statement d equal m divided n. Read and write. Read nm and input 0, 6. And we get the output and error message because we know something divided 0 is undefined. That's runtime error. Debugging. The other name of error is debug. The procedure of correcting an error in a code or program is called making from bug or debugging. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.